In 1985, the Housing Advocates was among the first organizations to champion the legal rights of disabled persons under amendments to Ohio's fair housing laws. Since then, the project has been expanded in scope to include the housing rights of the elderly and the mentally challenged.
I was Judge Corrigan's bailiff in Cleveland Housing Court for 6 years, and one of the things that we saw time and time again in the housing court was poor and elderly homeowners and mentally ill homeowners who were cited for code violations. And it was frustrating because the city would cite for criminal code violations, so they're criminals, and they're subject to criminal penalties. The process is the building inspector goes out, sees the property, sees that hasn't been painted in 15 years. What they'll do is they'll cite that person and write up a violation notice on them and send them into court. They don't have the resources to deal with them. They expect the court to deal with them. So the court doesn't have the resources to go out and fix the property up. What the person needs is an advocate, a legal advocate in a lot of cases. And hopefully we can make a difference in some of these folks' lives and solve some of those legal problems that they have.
In addition to its multitude of fair housing projects, the Housing Advocates is involved in a joint venture with Cleveland Marshall College of Law, whereby second and third year law students experience the challenges of public interest law and fair housing litigation.
Second or third year law students, under the supervision of a practicing attorney from Housing Advocates, they get a substantive course dealing with fair housing laws for the clinic, or in the housing law clinic are taught about probate, guardianships, how to quiet title, very practical issues of business transactions.
These lawyers are very busy and very dedicated. Diane, Ed, all the rest of them are very dedicated people, but you only got two hands and one brain, and that being the case, the students are valuable because of their enthusiasm, their intelligence, and just the time they put in. And I think the more we can get, the more we want. We've had great experiences both sides of that question.
Untold challenges await all housing advocates in the near future. Government services and funding are threatened as never before, shifting more responsibility to the private sector.
Volunteerism is the first step, I believe, to being a good citizen. And it's not what you have, it's always what you're willing to share. So we would definitely encourage other people to get involved and to see what a good feeling that it's all about. I think that the country, as we're cutting back in social services and cutting back in certain other areas, that it's going to be much more of a community responsibility to maybe reach into your own pockets and your own personal time. And I think everybody is busy, but there's no question about it that, yeah, we need more help, and we need more help from good people.
We do have the solutions here, and we do have, thankfully, people who are committed, our Board of Trustees and our volunteers and our law clerks and our staff at Housing Advocates. And we're making the difference today. Tomorrow, we need to challenge more people to work with us. And if we're successful, we will have a better society, one that's more just, one that's more open, one that's more accessible to everyone.
Special thanks to Thompson, Hein & Flory, PLL, one of the nation's premier law firms. The lawyers of Thompson, Hein & Flory are committed to supporting legal efforts on behalf of all segments of the communities in which they live and practice.